Hey, welcome back everyone. This is Bill. I'm a prepper and I'm living in the Philippines. So it's been a while since I've done a brain dump or any of my musings as I call them. But a lot has been going on and I've been trying to keep the anxiety level down to, let's just focus on my preps, my family, my businesses and things I got to do. But I think it's time I come out with another video. It's on the 1-year anniversary of the Ukraine-Russian conflict. And a lot of stuff has been going on worldwide in the last 30, 40 days since my last brain dump. So, I'm going to start with some of the standard stuff I want to tell you, and I want to tell you why. If you're not prepping for an emergency, whether it's these storms we're getting, or these train derailments that leak toxic chemicals, or if it's the war efforts, or the food shortages, or typhoons, or earthquakes like we had in Turkey, if you're not prepping, you're not going to be able to survive very well when one of these things happen around you. And you always say, well, I will rely on the government. No, the government hasn't been helping any government. You pick your country, it doesn't matter. If you're not prepared yourself, you're just not going to make it. It's sad to say. So, some of the things that are really key, like this week, the UK right now is rationing vegetables and produce. Literally, they're so short that even the crappy, shitty food that they were putting out when there were shortages, they can't even put out now. And if you think that's only a UK problem, you're delusional. Food shortages worldwide are a thing, trust me. You might be bitching, that you go to Walmart and you're paying a little more for something, or you can't find your favorite doodad or thingy. Let me tell you, this year and into mid-2024 is my guess now, food is going to be a major, major issue. And again, I keep saying this, but I stack food, and I suggest you stack as much food as you can. I've been running that Harvest Right freeze dryer nonstop. Right now I got a batch of okra and bell peppers running. So it's something I do, obviously, if you watch my videos, and I just can't reiterate enough. Make sure you have food and water if you don't have your own water supply like I do. Those two things in shelter, your house, wherever, are a lot. Those are where I would focus right now. If you get a chance, focus on some gear, assuming gear for power outage. If you don't have a generator or solar powered off-grid situation. If you look at my videos, you'll see I've been buying a lot of cheap disposable USB lights, and I have, I think, 6 folding mini USB chargers that are solar, so I can charge these batteries and lights and things that I have, because lights at nighttime are key as well. You need lights, right? Medical supplies, again, scroll through my videos. I got several videos on medical supplies. I've upped my medical supplies even more in the last month. I keep adding and stacking to them, odd things, and plaster of Paris, and it's just stuff that I don't have. I double down on Advil and Palmersetitol and other things of that nature. And I suggest that once you get, a 30-day food supply and water supply set up, that you take the time to set up your basic and then intermediate medical supplies, because those will definitely come in handy when you can't find them anymore, or when you can't pay for them, or they're just not available. Are we going to have a war that's going to go nuclear? It is still, in my opinion, 50-50. Actually, probably 60-40 towards there will be a nuclear detonation of some kind. What happens after that to follow, who knows? All I know is since the Cuba crisis with Russia, again, go figure, we are at the closest we've ever been to a nuclear war. And that's scary, right? So, war stuff aside, if China get involved in any conflict, whether it's in the South Pacific, or in Taiwan, or backing Russia, or India, or anywhere else, we're going to have an economic issue here in the Philippines specifically, because we're so dependent on Chinese goods and services. I think most of the stuff you see me buying comes from mainland China, and it has that same mainland China quality. It's not the greatest, but it certainly is cheap, and that's why we're addicted to it. All of that stuff will stop. Let's talk about Pakistan. Pakistan, a nuclear country. This is a country that has 150 plus nuclear ICBM missiles. They're being torn apart in a civil war, basically, with the northern part of Pakistan and the Islamic Front or Taliban. I'm not even sure which group it is. But that's aside the fact that they are bankrupt. They went bankrupt. They followed the path of becoming nuclear and becoming a world, respected country to just gone to shit. There's no gas, no money for gas. There's no food. Trust me, there is no food. There's going to be looting and rioting soon, just like we just saw after the earthquake in Turkey, right? 3 weeks of no food, power, water. I'm telling you, people are looting, robbing, and stealing because they want to survive. And you know what happens in a crisis? If you don't have stuff, you go steal it or take it from someone. And if you have stuff, you better be able to protect what you have. And if you're able, I would suggest guns, ammunition, and training on guns, ammunition. But Pakistan the next 12 to 20 days there, the IMF is trying to help, but I don't think they can, and I don't think they want to anymore, right? They've helped Pakistan too many times. And I see them going from a third world country or almost a second world country right down to the fourth world tier. I mean, it's just going to be horrible there. India's doing okay, but India's struggling as well, but they're maintaining, the best they can. All their forex is at a, first time ever low. Pakistan forex, I think, is gone. I don't think they have any USD money anymore at all. They certainly don't have any money to pay for any imports of gas or food or anything like that. And, it's scary because they're a nuclear power. Are they going to sell their nukes? Are they going to lose control of their nukes? Have they already? I just don't know. Here in the Philippines, I'm pretty sure that the only nuclear issue we'd have would be economical and fallout danger. I don't think anyone's ever going to waste a nuke out here. I mean, what do I know? I don't know much. But I've been trying to just keep ahead of all this stuff and see what's been going on, and just trying to make sure I'm heads down. I'm stacking my food. I mean, I got food now. I'm comfortable at the point where if I have to turn people away, it doesn't matter. I know I got food for 4 people for a year. And if things keep going at the rate I'm going, I'll double down on that in 6-7 months here with all my freeze drying. I got gear now. All the gear I think I need. I'm not bugging out, I'm bugging in. So if an earthquake hit right here, I'm fucked. I get that. I get that before you even say it. I'm old. I'm old, tired. I'm not going to get a bug out place. I'm double downing on everything that I have here: my food, water, medicine, my security, my power, and things of that nature. And I'm out in the province already. For you guys in the U.S., when I say province, I mean I'm out in the country. I'm out in the countryside, farmland. So where would I bug out to? My biggest fear, if something happens bad and the people did a mass exodus from Manila, they're coming here. They're coming out here where the food is. And yeah, so I have to be aware of that happening. I'm just prepping. I'm doing fine. My anxiety is a lot better now than it was at the end of last year, because I'm starting to see that I'm not as far behind as I was. Now, I'm not a rich guy, and if you guys been watching what I'm doing, I'm spending some change, and I'm making the budget decisions on my preps. And food-wise, I know I made money. Other stuff, maybe not as much, but this world is crazy, guys. The governments are crazy. The world is crazy. Water. Let's talk water. I've been talking water for 8 months. I've been telling you water is the new gold. I've been telling you water is going to be a huge issue. And with all the droughts and everything, it is monstrously a big deal because it affects food, manufacturing, production. It affects everything. I read today that the canals in Venice dried up. They're empty. That's it. They're all gone. I mean, boats are sitting in sludge. And it's because all the rivers and stuff aren't feeding into it anymore. And, what I read into this article wasn't about how the romantic spot of the world has no more canals. What I read into it is northern Italy is out of water, which means whatever they're trying to grow in their farms, I'm telling you, they're not going to have the water to grow, which is standard issue in just about everywhere right now, every part of the U.S. Now, California got a big wallop of water 3 weeks ago, but you know what? it might have filled the reservoirs up and it might look great, but it didn't fix the groundwater deficit. Now I'm hoping the snow runoff, and I'm hoping that'll turn, but you just never know. And yeah, I hope you guys are following along with this stuff. I hope you guys are paying attention. Now here in the Philippines, things are really stable, surprisingly. Government seems fairly stable. We have food shortages and food gouging. Crime is slowly picking up. Things that you never hear about happening here is, in Makati, which is a subdivision of Manila, an Australian tourist was shot and killed during a mugging for an iPhone. Typically that wouldn't happen, or typically they get robbed, but they wouldn't get shot and killed over it. And I don't know the full details. I don't know if he was trying to fight or what happened, but it's something that if you're in one of these big cities out here, you should be aware of. Yeah, stack food, guys, stack water, stack medicine. Make sure at a minimum you have 30 days of food and water. And then start working on some of your go bags, your flashlights, your bandages, your basics, your basic stuff that if you don't have, you're going to really, truly wish you did. Look at some of my videos. I'm not spending a fortune. I'm hunting and finding bargains and deals. And I'm sharing those prices with you because I'm trying to prove that you don't have to spend a fortune to have some basic preps like USB lights and USB power banks, bandages, stuff like that. Just find it when it's on sale. Hit your Goodwill store for some things. You're going to find a lot of stuff that you probably never thought about. Camping equipment, different things at your local thrift stores. If you're out in the Philippines, just stay on Lazada and stay on Shopee. They always have extremely good sales. And wait, just always wait until you find something that you can buy that's affordable. Personally, I've been doing great. Less anxiety, been working, been stacking and prepping and playing with new stuff. I got a bunch of new prep toys I want to do some videos on. I'm keeping the freeze dryer running nonstop. I'm going through my pantry and getting that all sorted out. And overall, yeah, I'm in a good spot. I truly think I'm in a good spot, and that's why my anxiety's dropped off dramatically. The world hasn't changed. The world's getting crazier every day. I don't even want to talk about like the chemical burn off in the trains in the US and all the groundwater and that black cloud of toxic chemicals that went in the sky, what that's going to do to the food chain and water tables. That's just criminal negligence by far. That's it. There's conspiracy theories about all these train derailments and all these, food factory fires. I don't buy into that as much. I just buy into big corporations are criminally incompetent and negligent, and we're seeing more of that now as they're cutting costs as much as they can. But those are good reasons to prep, right? So you have to have a bug out bag. When you're told to evacuate, you need to be able to take, as much as you can with you and have the right things with you when you split. If you're bugging in, you need to make sure you're well protected and well secured. Okay, guys, I don't want to bore you with my ramblings too much. I try to keep my videos to a minimum. But if you've watched this far, this is where I nag you about hitting that like button. And this is where I suggest if you're still watching yet have not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Please check out some of my other content. I'm trying to grow the channel, not for money reasons. It's just, it's something for me to do, and I'm having fun. It's keeping me busy. So once again, thank you for watching all the way through. Maybe another month you'll get another ramblings from me. Hopefully we're all still here. And again, I just want to stress to anybody that's even watched this far, stack food, stack medicine, stack water if you don't have a source. Get prepared and do it now, right? Okay, guys. Thank you.